This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News. Today's Tuesday tip of the week is actually a little segment I shot at the Las Vegas DJ show. And what we're doing with this segment is we're asking DJs if they could go from with the knowledge they have today back in history to when they were first starting out. What kind of advice would they give to their earlier selves? And we did a few of these at the show, and I'll be sharing these throughout the fall here. And this is our first one with Mike Walsh. And Mike Walsh, I wanted to start with his. His wasn't the first we recorded at the show, but I wanted to start with his because he had an interesting perspective on that concept. Because I look at it as someone who's been in this business for almost 30 years. If I could go back and share some of the knowledge with my earlier self, oh my gosh, the things I would tell myself. And it would have saved a lot of struggle and different things throughout the years. Well, Mike's got a little bit different perspective on it, so let's jump into that video. Now, for those of you who will make a comment on this, the video is a little bit grainy because we were just starting out with a brand new camcorder. This was the very first trip out for this camcorder. It's a little Sony, and it has a really cool autofocus feature, and you can shut that off and defeat the autofocus. And I was playing with that, shooting in different booths, and then when I came to our booth, I forgot to turn it back to autofocus. So that's my fault. It's a little bit out of focus. I apologize for that. But I think the audio and everything, and you can still see what's going on, so it's not a big deal. But I wanted to give you that, so that way people don't go and say, oh, it's out of focus. Anyway, here's Mike Walsh and giving us his thoughts on what he would tell his younger self. We're at the Las Vegas DJ show, and we are asking some of the experienced vets here at the shows a question. And I've got Mike Walsh here. Mike, now, if you've been in the business, you said 12 years?
Yes, I've been in the business for 12 years. Nice,
nice. Now, if the 12-year, we had a time machine, and the 12-year vet that you are today could go back and talk to the Mike Walsh at 1 year of experience, what's some of the tips or advice you would give yourself back then?
So, are we going in a DeLorean?
Ooh.
Is Doc Brown going to be there?
Yeah, that would be awesome. We're going to just clip, edit here. We're going to go out to the parking lot and go find that DeLorean.
Right.
No.
Right. No. Okay, so just a regular time machine. I'm hoping it's a DeLorean, though. Okay, so what I would tell myself a year experience,
yep.
I wouldn't tell them anything.
No, you got to explain that, because, I mean, there's so much knowledge you've gained since that point.
Right. Well, see, I started DJing. I worked for a big company in Atlanta. I moved down to Tampa, and I made a lot of mistakes down there. I moved to Chicago, made a lot of mistakes down there, and then I quit DJing. And then I worked for another company, and then I started my own business. So I would say if I tried to stay in the business instead of quitting, then I wouldn't be where I'm at now. The mistakes that I made in the past led me to where I'm at now and the success that I'm having now.
Interesting, interesting. So you feel the value of those mistakes and the experience from that is almost more valuable than to go back and say, don't touch the fire, kids.
Yeah. I mean, I got fired from a job, the one job that I had that was, the corporate job where you actually had to have a key card to get in the office. Yeah. After 2 months, I got fired, and she said, you need to go DJ. So, I mean, my failures are, a part of who I am. And, I was at the PhDJ workshop with Joe Bunn and Mike Walter. So, Joe, where are you, man? Anyway, so Joe said something funny. He said, people were asking, well, how did you get into this? And he says, honestly, I don't know how to do anything else. And I completely...
I could see Joe saying that.
I mean, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I don't know. I couldn't do anything else. This is what I do best. And so this is the industry. The industry found me. I didn't find this place. So, it just kind of caught up to me, and, I'm loving it. So, and business is good. I'm in Atlanta, and it's very, very good.
That sounds great. That's an interesting perspective. I guess that you're the first one who's come out from that way, but yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
We are at the Las Vegas DJ Show 2015. Well, that's our Tuesday tip of the week from Mike Walsh, and kind of a little thought-provoking segment I wanted to share with you. If you like the Tuesday tips of the week, you can click right here, and you can subscribe to our channel, and you'll be able to watch the Tuesday tips, other tips, gear reviews, and show all that information. So just click the subscribe link right here, and that's going to keep you up to date on everything we do here at the Disc Jockey News. And as you think about this, if you would have some things that you've learned over the years that you'd like to share with your earlier self, please put those in a comment section down below, because I would love to get some of those and share those. Or if you had some time, I'd love to actually hook up and we could actually have you in one of our upcoming segments where you're kind of sharing some thoughts of what you would tell to your younger self. So put those comments down below and we can hook up and hopefully get you on an upcoming episode of our Tuesday Tips. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News. Thanks for watching.
If I were you, I'd hit the subscribe button before I hit the video. But don't mess things up. Wanna know why? Because I'm